Welcome back to Astrology, Angels, and More. I'm Mary Silvernail, and I'm the host, and I really appreciate you tuning in again tonight to our show. Today is April the 9th, 2025, and the stars just keep getting brighter and brighter and brighter. So many things happening in the universe. So tonight, though, our show, after I go through all the horoscopes and tell you all the special planetary aspects happening out there in the universe and how it affects you, tonight we're going to have a very special guest. She's never been on our show before. And she's a very special photographer. And the name of the show, actually, is Photographic Phenomena, the unseen energy, because there is unseen energy in her works that she does. They're absolutely outstanding. I've been following her for several years, and I find her photography extremely interesting. Last month we had a show with our wonderful Valerie Hecht, and we showed a lot of her work. But this work is a little bit different than that. But first of all, to the horoscopes. Happy birthday, Aries. Happy birthday to you. It's your month to shine. Now, I'm going to be talking to you about exactly what is in the horoscope column that I write. So when you see me reading anything, what I'm reading is what I wrote. Okay? So happy birthday, Aries. It's your month to shine, like I said. Oh, for sure. Especially since your batteries are recharged and your opportunities are just limitless. Just limitless this month. So now, Taurus, reevaluate your current situation, Taurus. You know, this is going to be true for a lot of people this month, looking at things differently, especially since our last eclipse, and reevaluating where they are in life. But especially you, Taurus, you have opportunities that you've overlooked, and money starts to flow and no longer is a problem to you. Gemini, a friend opens a door to you that had been previously closed. Now is the time to seize the moment regarding your finances and allow yourself to propel forward. Cancer, you beautiful Cancerians, hold on to those purse strings this month. Don't fret. By July, your finances will be shipshape. Be open to a possible work-related romance, Cancer. Oh, yeah. Leo, beautiful Leo, there is a new you becoming more and more visible to others. Take some time for introspection regarding education and career opportunities that are in your stars. A lot of opportunity this month for Leo. Virgo, ask and you shall receive regarding your career. Issues regarding another's finances must be dealt with very swiftly. Take this advice. Deal with it swiftly yet gently. Walk softly but carry a large stick, Virgo. Libra, the Libra full moon will bring what you want to relationships in your life. This is a time for love and romance. Enjoy. Beautiful Libras. Scorpio, a shift in your work environment brings about the positive changes you seek. Short trips bring luck. Button your lip in matters of the heart. Shh. Don't share too much about your romance. Sagittarius, a new love may enter your life at this time. The birds are singing, flowers are blooming, and romance is in the spring air for you, Sag. Capricorn, get your ducks in a row to prepare for a major yet positive change coming into your realm. An elder offers much, much wisdom. Listen very closely. Aquarius, love and fun times are the ticket for you this month, dear Aquarius. Short jaunts bring you love, fun, and luck. You don't have to travel far for that. Don't allow others to hold you back any longer, Aquarius. Pisces, new opportunities to make money will come your way through your profound communication skills. Any matters of confusion will be crystal clear by month's end. Now, here are some of the very special planetary aspects. There's a lot of them this month, but I'm going to choose the very most important to share with you on the show tonight, okay? This is for April 2025. So now Aries, of course, this is your month, and Aries is the first sign of the zodiac with Mars as its ruling planet. Red is the color associated with Aries. Aries is independent, impulsive, pioneering, natural born leaders, very self-reliant, very direct. Many are entrepreneurs or chief executive officers. Hey, diamond and pyrite are your lucky gems, Aries. Now, let's see. The most important ones I want to talk to you about. Okay, so, well, you know, we have between April the 12th and April 13th, Venus stations direct in Pisces. We already have Mercury that has now gone direct, thank goodness, as of April 7th, thank goodness. It was a tough Mercury retrograde. But Venus is finally moving forward, and so is your clarity about love, money, and your true values, the things that Venus rules. What felt uncertain or stuck over the past few weeks now starts to make sense. The lessons learned during Venus retrograde, okay, the lessons you had learned, will begin integrating, and you'll see yourself moving forward from that. Watch for shifts in relationships and financial decisions. Now, behind me here tonight, you see this beautiful pink moon. And the reason that we chose this particular background is because on April the 13th, in a few days, we have the full moon in Libra, and it is the pink moon. This is a turning point in relationships, partnerships, and personal balance. Libra's beautiful full pink moon asks us to assess whether the scales are tipped too far in one direction. Are you over giving or over compromising? This is a moment of clarity around what or who is adding value to your life. You know, and understand, this is on a personal level that I'm talking about with this pink moon, but understand this is also affecting the world, and this is also affecting the United States, and especially the qualities of this particular full moon I find very interesting because it has everything to do with partnership. And it also has everything to do with balanced partnership. And what we're dealing with right now in the United States with these tariffs that some people believe in and some people don't, but it's like we're trying to find balance here. And I just find it extremely interesting how super accurate astrology is. After all, it isn't just an art, it's a science. This is a moment of clarity around what or who is adding value to your life. Now, on April the 14th, the day after the moon, which, by the way, remember, 3 days before, 3 days after, and the day of any moon, the effects are there, very, very strong. So April 14th, Saturn will be conjunct the north node of the moon in Pisces. Now, that's a karmic checkpoint. Saturn meeting the north node is serious business. This is about long-term commitments, responsibility, and aligning with your destiny. Yes, your destiny. If something feels like a major turning point, it probably is. A lot of people are having major turning points in their lives right now, especially since March 29th with that eclipse. And now we deal with this full moon, the pink moon. And now on top of that, Saturn conjunct the north node in Pisces. We have a lot going on here. And then on April the 19th, the sun will enter Taurus. And happy birthday to you Taurians. It will be your time then also to shine. Taurus season slows the pace, shifting focus to more of a stability and sustainability. And oh, by the way, keep your eyes to the heavens, excuse me, because on April the 22nd, we have a meteor shower that there's going to be up to 20 meteors an hour. And I have to talk to our guest about that because she takes some fabulous photographs of meteors. Now, on April the 27th, the new moon in Taurus. It's a very grounding, practical new beginning for all of us, okay? Taurus asks us to plant the seeds for long-term abundance, whether in finances, self-worth, or physical well-being. This particular year of 2025, a lot of people are finally coming to terms with their physical and emotional and spiritual well-being. With the help of intense energy of this new moon, set your intentions, especially regarding finances and your health. Now, also, April 27th, Mars in Leo will be in opposition to Pluto in Aquarius. Personally and globally, there will be a clash of egos. Interesting with what's going on in the news right now, right? Clash of egos and power struggles or deep personal transformation. This is a high intensity aspect. If conflicts arise, check within yourself before reacting. So don't just react, because especially with Pluto, it could be very intense. Now, April 30th, Venus will enter Aries at 0 degrees, which is very relevant. Love and money take on a direct, fiery energy. This is the time to go after what you really want with full confidence. Now, to quote Julia Cameron, our creative dreams and yearnings come from a divine source. As we move toward our dreams, we move toward our divinity. Okay, I hope you enjoyed listening to the horoscopes and what's coming up this month astrologically with the planets. And now it gives me great pleasure to introduce our guest tonight, Betty Anne Morgenweck, wonderful photographer. And here she comes. Hi, Betty Ann. Come on in. Have a seat. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. So why don't you tell our audience a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm retired as and I like to take pictures.
You take some amazing pictures, Betty
I
Ann.
take a lot of really weird shots.
Amazing. Yeah, I know. I have to tell you, well, we've known each other for quite a while
few
now.
years, yeah.
Quite a few. Yeah, we've known each other quite a while. And some of those pictures that you send me,
I hope you like them.
I'm overwhelmed, actually, because I feel that, I mean, I just don't see pictures like this.
I know. I look up and I catch something, and I'm a kid in a candy store.
And how is it that you feel you're always in the right place at the right time to take that shot?
Well, what's really funny is when I'm taking a long exposure over there and this unbelievable meteor goes by over here.
Yeah, you've sent me something. My
and
goodness.
I'm like, well, I can't move the camera.
Wow, no, you can't. But
No.
I really feel you're blessed in this way.
So many times you just catch some really weird stuff.
So how long has this been going on with you?
I've played with cameras forever. I have antique cameras from the time I was a little kid.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so what made you, what got you interested in photography?
I don't know. I guess just playing with old cameras with film. And I took a couple classes with film and photography, and it was just turned into,
But you shared with me that some of these shots you're getting with your cell phone. I mean, I can't get shots like that with my cell phone.
A snowflake on a cell phone is absolutely incredible.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So, hey, Brian, is it all right with you, Betty Ann, if we show some of Betty Ann's work? It's absolute. Oh,
there's a snowflake.
Look at this. Now, what can you tell us about snowflakes? Look at that.
When they land, I'm just a kid in a candy store, and I wait for the next one, and I have no words. They're just so cool to watch, and then when they land, and to watch some of them, and everyone's different. No two are ever the same.
Brian, you have more snowflakes there to show us there? Okay.
That was one of my gorgeous ones.
Look at that.
I mean, you look at the center of that and the different ways the ice is moving. If you zoom in and you look real close to that center, it's incredible how that flake just did what it did.
So, guys, I suggest perhaps you take a picture with your cell phone on of the TV screen when you see the, and you could really zoom in on them and open them up, and you'll see the detail is tremendous. Because you send me these, I got to tell you, lots of times on Messenger on Facebook. And what I do, I'm on my iPad. So I have a big iPad. So when you send me these and I open them up, and I'm looking, man, let me tell you, it's gorgeous. Absolutely.
Those two landed side by side, and the edges were so furry. And my husband made me these three, I call them snowflake catchers. And that's one of them.
What do you mean he made you snowflake catchers?
They're like 2.5 feet by 1.5 feet.
Yeah.
And I put them on my 3 areas on my back deck and walk around with flashlights real close up and look to see what we have.
It's amazing. I never get snowflakes like that.
You just never look close enough. The next time it snows,
right.
the next time it snows, find something dark. It's really cool, like on a red piece of construction paper. You put the construction paper in the freezer first, and then you run outside and you let the flake land on it, and it's going to blow your socks off.
Oh, wow. I'm going to try that. It's red.
Any color, just as long as it's already cold, because you don't want it to land and melt immediately, because then it's going to wet your construction paper.
Yeah, and then you won't get the shot.
Right.
So what about snowflakes? I think you were telling, every one of them is different?
Every one is different. No two are ever going to be the same.
Like people.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, incredible stuff.
Yeah.
Incredible stuff.
Oh, she's got more. She's got more, guys. She's got more. Okay, let's see what else you have here. Oh,
I
wow.
just love that.
Now,
That's
okay.
just gorgeous.
Okay.
That-
we have a story behind this.
I know. It's
we have
beautiful.
A story. Now, first of all, Brian, before you start going to the other pictures and everything, okay, so bottom line, what it is that's called the Angel Flight. There's actually a song by that name. And I had received an email from a very old friend of mine that used to send me a lot of jokes and things, you know. I mean,
Right.
I had known this guy from the neighborhood, you know, from when I was a little kid and all that. So, you know, I mean, he would send interesting things and stuff. But he had been a Vietnam vet in the Air Force. And he had recently passed away. And so I had opened up this very old email, and that's what it was. It was that song, which is absolutely gorgeous, you know, to listen to. And that's what they do in the Air Force is when someone loses their life in war or in conflict, they bring them home on the Angel Flight, and that's the Angel Flight on purpose. Yes, it's
That's
the honor.
incredible.
And the thing was, I felt that it was incredible and extremely unusual that after his passing, I had opened that email and then I saw the Angel Flight. I had never opened it before and looked at that. Then, right? I'm getting ready to go to bed that night, and, you know, lots of times I'll sit in my bed late at night, and I'm on my iPad and, you know, looking at Facebook and all of that. And then I see this message come through from Betty Ann here on Messenger. And what did you send me? Let's see the picture, Brian. Betty Ann's picture. Okay, not that one, but this is another shot of the Angel Flight. This is what they look like. That's right. Okay. Yeah, that.
There it is.
That is what I opened up the message from Betty Ann. And Betty Ann, you didn't know this gentleman that I was friends with from when I was a little girl and all that. You know what I mean? And as soon as I saw it,
when I looked up and I saw that fly over my head, that's exactly what it looked like. The angel was flying with the plane.
Yes, the angel flight.
And just before that, that plane had just turned on its headlights because that's came off the ocean, and it was heading for Philly.
Right over your head.
Right over our house. We are in direct line of coming off the ocean for Philly.
This is amazing.
And I'm just a kid in a candy store when I see this stuff.
I mean, did you see that beautiful picture?
Get to be able to zoom in on something like that. And just
I have to tell you, Betty Ann, because you gave me a gift of that picture before the show. Are you kidding? I'm hanging it up in my office.
Cool.
But do you see what I'm talking about the synchronicity of all of this?
Absolutely.
And the confirmation that, yes, you know, he's in heaven and he's well and he's fine and he's happy in heaven with all his loved ones.
That's wonderful.
So, but you were the instrument, I feel, of that. I mean, I think it's amazing, these pictures you get, but I mean, just the timing of it just blew my mind. It was like I couldn't go to sleep that night. But that's gorgeous. Can we see that picture of Betty Ann's again? Look at that. Would you describe about the lights and everything and what you see up there with the angel?
It went over my head, and that plane had just turned on its headlights, so that's what the two things on the bottom almost look like legs. But they're the headlights, and the top of it, I don't know how it was reflecting that looked like wings and an angel, and I just zoomed in, and the kid was in the candy store to catch something like that.
To
get it.
In the message that you sent me, you said, "Oh, I know that you love angels.
I
Here, you
know.
like this?" Because I'm always,
I know.
posting angels
I
and
love it.
everything. And Betty Ann is a very spiritual woman herself.
I am.
Yes, you are a very spiritual woman yourself. So what about some other shots? Because she gets all kinds of
I get
really
weird
unusual
stuff. Yes, I
Okay.
do.
So, Brian, oh, look at this.
That's one of my favorites.
Okay, how did you get that shot? Who gets a shot like that?
Well, first of all, you're watching for the dots as it's going across and hope that it goes through the moon. And it did, and there it is.
And there it is, going right through the
And
moon.
that's a long exposure as it's going through the moon.
Oh, I see. So you do a long exposure.
Yes, that's how the this is the only one that has the contrail behind it.
Look at that.
But to have seen that, and that had just taken off from NAFEC. That plane had just taken off from NAFEC.
How do you know that?
Because NAFEC is like across the woods from us.
Oh.
So you can kind of like know when they come up this way and then they take off and they go out over the ocean.
Wow.
And that's what that did and went right through the moon.
So why don't you tell us, how do you feel when you see these incredible sights that you actually get the images of? I mean, like
just a kid in the candy store. It's just, I don't know. Sometimes you wait until you really look at the picture and go, wow, I really caught that. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, but it isn't just beautiful pictures that you get. You get pictures with images in them,
I get
too.
weird things.
Yeah,
I look at clouds and I see faces. I see weird things in the sky. And if I can get a picture of it, I'm going to.
I have to introduce you to Valerie, who was the guest on our show last month, because she has a tremendous amount of shots of the sky, especially of clouds and things, the faces and and different images and things. And her work is somewhat different than yours. And that's really why we had her last month, and that's why I wanted to then have you this month, because you both, in many ways, do the same thing.
Stare up.
But the art is the end result comes out completely differently, and it just amazes me because. Wouldn't you agree? Okay, you tell me now. I mean, you know about photography. I really don't. But I looked up some things, about it. And there's an energy behind the photography because
it is, because I don't mind sitting out in the dark. I have made like a dark box for my camera. I mean, we have a street light out on the corner, so I have to hide that light. So I cut up a tissue box that has walls to block those lights, which works.
You're so innovative.
And my husband just shakes his head and laughs.
Yeah, but does he see the end
but
result?
But it works, right. The only thing is, my one tissue box I took and I put plastic all over it because you took it out, and I set it on the wet wood. Cardboard doesn't work well.
No. No. And you said that you're right on the water, right?
At the marina.
Yeah,
when we're at the boat, I'm just always looking up. I sit on the bow of the boat and just stare up and hope that it's not windy for the boat rocking back and forth.
That's amazing.
If not, then I have to get off the boat to take a picture.
But especially because you're right there, so there's nothing blocking it. Because you have the ocean right there, right?
No, the ocean.
What do you have, the bay?
We're not even on the bay. We're on the Mullica River, off the Mullica River.
Okay.
And, you'd have to go out through across the bay.
Okay.
And out off Atlantic City to get out.
Okay. Yeah, see, Betty Ann is from the Jersey Shore, too. That's how I know her. Yeah, yeah. There's some amazing people at the Jersey Shore.
There is.
That you find. Yes, there is.
There is.
Yes, there is. But so now, how about some of Betty Ann's other images? Okay, can you explain that one? Now, this one, I got to tell you, Valerie, who I was telling you about, Valerie, you would appreciate this. Okay, so go ahead.
Okay, there is a storm coming in. And what I see is Pluto talking to God. And
Wow.
Pluto is asking God to please be kind.
Oh, yeah.
And
Because
we had a heck of a storm.
when was that?
This was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
This was a couple
We
years
get some storms, don't
I
we?
mean, but to see Pluto, I was the kid in the candy store. And then when I got up closer and I went, wow, he's talking to God.
Look at that.
He's-
Yeah, it really looks that
it
way.
does
I mean,
when
so
you look-
describe how they can see that. Where would they look to see Pluto? I see it, but where would they look?
He's the little dog at the bottom.
Yeah, on the
And-
left.
And he's looking up, talking to
Mm-hmm.
a guy's face.
Yeah, the face is right there.
Right
you can
there.
See it.
And there was one nasty storm that's behind that wall.
Wow. Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
a nasty storm behind that wall.
And plus, being right on the water, it was
Right.
hard. Right.
Yeah, some are. At least it wasn't Sandy. Because we lost a boat in Sandy.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sorry.
Sunk it.
So
Was
I'm
out of the
sorry.
water, on winterized, up on land. Water came in so high, it took everybody off the staunchings and took them over and made them drown.
Yeah, it was bad.
was.
Sandy. So many
Sandy-
people lost
Sandy
their
was not
homes,
kind. No, right,
Their boats, their cars.
right. When you lose a home,
Yeah.
it's scary. It's
Very
really,
scary.
really scary.
I mean, some people still haven't even been able to get it back
Get
together.
back together,
again.
right.
No, no.
Some are
I know that.
Some are horrible.
Yes.
I mean, it's bad and it's scary in so many ways.
Yeah. Well, let's see what else Brian has. Oh, now, okay, this is going to put a smile on everybody's face. Now, what is the? Oh, look it up in the corner, in the right-hand corner. You named this
I think I
particular.
named it Shark and Friends.
Shark and Friends. Okay.
Okay,
so,
they're clouds.
No, go ahead.
There's
go ahead.
clouds.
Explain.
But when I started looking a little further, it was the shark is talking to all his friends next to him.
Oh, let's see the next shot, Brian. There we go. Now do you see everybody what Betty Ann
Yeah, I
is
see
talking
weird
about?
things.
That's an outline
Yep.
for you.
I'm weird.
Look at that. Look at that. So that's what Betty Ann sees. Okay, so go back to the previous one if you can, Bri. Can you do that?
Look at
yeah.
that.
See?
This-
And this is
Just a
what,
kid in a candy store.
yeah, see what Betty Ann sees? See her interpretation? Yeah.
There's,
There's the
they're
sharks.
fun. They're fun.
There they are.
he is.
Aw, making you smile. Making you smile. Look
Yeah,
at
I
that.
love it.
Yeah. Well, that's a pretty big shark there, though.
That's
I don't
a real,
know.
And
I
he's
really
in the
don't want
air.
them
He's
coming-
up in the air.
Oh, yeah. We don't
He's
want
way
them
up
coming
in
to
the air.
shore, do we? Too close,
No.
right? Yeah. Hey, it's a real thing that goes on. Let's face
It's-
facts, right?
Yeah.
This is a real thing at the Jersey Shore. So you just have to be careful.
You do.
Yeah, and pay
Absolutely.
attention and not do anything stupid or go too far out. You
Right.
know? That's
Absolutely.
The key.
That's the
really
ticket.
key. Yeah. So anyway, what else? What else do you want to tell us? And
Wow, I don't know. This.
oh, look at that. Okay, could you explain? You explained this to me, and
Okay.
I didn't even know this. So can you
Okay.
explain this to everybody?
This
what
is the sun and sun dogs, and they are the rainbows on each side of the sun. And the original picture, you can see the colors in the water reflecting. But if only there wasn't a wind that day, it would be gorgeous.
But you said sun dogs.
That's what they're called, sun dogs. And if it's the moon and it happens, they're moon dogs.
Oh, see, you learn something new every day. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. And I wonder how many of you out there in the audience knew that. I
That's
didn't
a
know
sundial,
that.
yeah.
Okay. So it was those little rainbows on the side.
On the sides.
That is so cool.
And a lot of times you have the halo, and it'll take points out of it, and that's considered the sundogs.
I can imagine the walls in your house, which you must have up. My goodness. It's an art. Seriously, this is an art. It's
I know.
beautiful.
I'm just kidding
You're an
the candy
artist.
store to find stuff like this.
So what else do you have, Bri? Ooh, I love this.
Yes,
Okay,
I was a
could you
kid in the
explain
candy
this?
store to catch this.
Yeah, and explain how you did.
As the plane, it's dark out. You can see the plane blinking far away, and it just happened to fly right through it. And I'm just zoomed in and just snap, 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 snap.
Now, Betty Ann showed me the video on this. Okay,
Incredible.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. So those are stills from the video.
This is, yes.
Yes, because you can see the lights of the plane, but this was a full moon.
No. That what you see is the half of the moon as it was
really?
coming. Yep.
Oh, I thought it was hidden
No,
with the trees or something.
The moon is above the tree, and that's the very top of it from my back door.
Because that looks like a super moon, and for a super moon to be that close, it's usually
it was just coming up.
Like
it had just come up, and it was coming up behind the tree next door, and it was so red, and it just looked so pretty.
Beautiful, right?
And then to see the lights as blink, 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 and I got really ready. And it's like, it's going to land. It's going to go through it. It's going to go through it. And it did go through it, and then I got really excited.
Of course, that's gorgeous. I got to tell you, when you see that on your phone, the video of that, that moon is orange. It is bright orange.
Gorgeous.
Yes, absolutely.
Gorgeous.
Absolutely gorgeous. When was that? Do you remember?
A few years ago, I caught that. But I was home then. And when I took that, and that was out back. And I was sitting on the back porch, because that's our tree next door that comes up and over. And
Brian, you have more? Of course he does. Okay, you need to explain this one.
There is the comet from last spring. There's the comet, a plane, and a crane.
Where's the plane?
There's a plane right down on the edge of the bottom of it.
Okay. No.
He's like right in the middle between the comet and the crane.
And then we can all see the comet. Look at that.
Oh,
so you named this particular photograph.
Yeah.
What was it?
The plane, the meteor, the plane, and the crane.
The meteor, the plane, and the crane. Okay. Cool.
And to see that fly by, I have so many different pictures of that comet from our marina, because it was just a perfect place.
Well, I mentioned that we're going to have a meteor shower on the 22nd. I think I said that, the 22nd. And so, I'm sure you'll be out there with your camera.
Right? I will. Absolutely.
Here, wait, let me just double check. Here it is, April 22nd. Lyrid's meteor shower, and it's up to 20 meteors an hour. That's a lot.
Not enough.
Not enough. It's never enough for Betty. Never enough for Betty Ann.
You take a long exposure and have a whole bunch of them up there, I'd be a kid in the candy store, boy. Just give me chocolate.
You're so sweet. So now, you were telling me something earlier wasn't that about your grandfather you were telling me? Was that, or about the snowflakes or something? What were you telling me before?
My uncle called me
Your uncle.
Snowflake when
that's
I was little.
it. Yeah,
because I was born in a snowstorm.
Oh, there you go.
Uncle John always called me Snowflake.
Oh, and that's why you always liked the snowflakes?
I just thought they're really cool, because no two are the same. No two are the same. You go out there with a magnifying glass and look at them
Doesn't that
with a
amaze you?
flashlight. I'm just a kid in a candy store.
Does
Because some are just incredible.
Wow. So how many years have you, I mean, how long have you been taking these pictures?
I've had cameras my whole life. I've had film. I mean, I used to print my own film. I mean, I have film cameras, old film cameras. I mean, I have a zoom lens that I could zoom in on the craters of the moon. But it's a film camera, and they don't have film anymore. Well, they do, but nobody can afford to use it. You know, but it's...
Oh.
But to be able to do snowflakes with a cell phone is
It's
incredible.
Well, let's face facts. This is a computer.
It is.
I mean,
Yeah, it's just not
it's
a phone.
a computer.
That's
It's
what it is.
You know, I mean, they used to have a whole computer room, you know.
Yep.
And now, this is it.
That's it. Wrap all into one.
I know. But see now what you could do with your cell phone, huh? What you could do?
Amazing.
Yeah. So do you have any suggestions or tips for people to be able to take such beautiful film like you?
You just play until you get it right.
Yeah, but you were showing me something on the phone. You have all these different things. I think maybe people need to learn more about
Right. Well,
what they can do.
and I still find little things that this phone can do. Incredible. It's shocking.
Betty Ann just cracks me up with this.
You know, what it can really do.
It's absolutely amazing.
Amazing.
What else do you have there, Brian? Do you have anything else? You have some more pictures? Oh.
That's a lightning strike. And that was so intense. And I'm sitting on the bow of my boat, and I took that picture, and it was so far away, I never heard the thunder.
You never heard the thunder?
Nope. It was that far away. It was that far away.
Yeah, because don't they say...
So that went out in the ocean somewhere.
Yeah, but it looks like it's right by
there.
the marina.
Right. It looks like it hit the other side of the marina, but it wasn't. It was out in the ocean because we never heard a thing.
And it starts all the way up
there.
Yeah, if you look at
all the way
top,
at the top.
Top left, right?
Yes.
That's where it begins.
It starts up there and comes all the way down.
So from a distance, you know, with your TV screen, you might not see that, but all the way up.
You gotta look close.
Yeah, you have to look very close. But that, wow, that's absolutely
that was
amazing.
a heck of a strike, and to see that, and then to not hear it.
To not hear it. So let's figure that out.
Away.
Well, how could that be?
It was that far away.
Yeah, but I mean, what do they say that you count? What is that again?
Oh, I do. I count.
So what do you? How does that work again?
You count
1,
2, 3, 4, 5, and it would, by the time you hear the thunder, that should be how many miles away it is.
That the actual.
And that never made a sound.
Were you counting?
Uh-huh.
What'd you get up to?
I just stopped.
Oh.
You know, because first of all, it was so close. The hairs on my arms are standing up, and I'm sitting on the bow of a boat.
Yeah, that's not good.
You know.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
I just,
right.
Yeah.
You know, and you just hello. And I did.
Is that coming from me?
Right. After I took it, I went in the boat and showed my husband. I'm like, and he says, I didn't hear anything. I said, I didn't either. Incredible.
Do you go out to
sometimes
see? Yeah.
We used to. I mean, especially for the air show.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Be the air show. Throw out an anchor.
Do you ever? And you look up. See, you look up a lot.
Less, please.
Yeah, you look.
You'd be surprised what you see in the sky.
Absolutely.
Because there's stuff up there that I have no idea what I saw. And neither does, I don't think, anybody else either. Because of the lights and what
actually
you might...
showed us a couple of pictures you can't share.
Right.
That...
incredible stuff.
Incredible. absolutely unexplainable. Incredible.
As a jellyfish.
There we go. Now,
Oh, that's.
remember, Betty Ann, I'm sorry, you sent me this on my phone. And I'm like, what?
And what's really weird is you should see how long its little legs are, but you can't see them because it's underneath of that. But to look at that jellyfish as it's swimming across the top of the water right next to my boat, and I've got a flashlight on it, and I'm taking pictures of it.
You said, smile.
Right. And then one day, this monster turtle
Really?
just came from under the dock to under the boat, and I got the video of it, and I'm like,
Oh, really?
and that was the same night with all these guys, I think, but I didn't get a screenshot of it because he only had like a foot and a half to go by, but he was big.
How did you feel about that?
Cool.
It didn't bother you? He's under your boat?
Well, he's not going to do anything to it.
How big would you say he was?
Probably about 2 foot.
Yeah?
He
That's pretty big.
That's pretty big.
Yeah.
2 foot long, about that wide.
Wow.
Yeah. And he just swimming along.
Yeah, when I go over the bridge on Route 72 to go over to LBI, Long Beach Island, they have a sign, turtle crossing.
Mm-hmm.
You know that, right?
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to run over that with your car because if you hit one, they're more than likely going to blow out your tires. So you don't want to hit a turtle.
Oh, I would never hit a turtle
Right.
anyway.
Well, me
Never.
Right, me either.
No.
And
of
you don't.
course not.
And there's certain turtles you don't want to get out and help along because they could bite your finger off.
Well, is that why they have the sign? Because they can blow out tires?
Yes.
Because turtle crossing. And
Yes.
it's like, that's a pretty major bridge, especially in the
It is.
summertime.
Yes, it is.
And so you're driving along and you're looking for the turtles,
Constantly waiting for them to come out of the edge because they just keep going in one direction. They don't turn around and go back because
No.
that's why they're heading over there.
Yeah, but, and they aren't as slow as you think.
Oh, sometimes they can be really fast.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But they don't. They usually just.
Yeah, well,
And they
have
can
all the
swim
time in the
fast.
world. I bet you they're faster at swimming than
Oh
walking,
yeah,
right?
I mean they go through the marina and it's just so cool to watch their little heads up. Now all of a sudden they're gone.
Yeah, but I mean, how many lanes now? Because they made the bridge so much wider and everything. And all that
that's-
traffic, and we have
right,
the turtle
right.
crossing.
That's incredible.
Really. It is.
It is.
It is. Well, going over that bridge sometimes, like at sunset, what you
Absolutely
see.
gorgeous.
It is. It really,
It is.
really, really,
It is.
really, really,
Yep,
really
yep,
is.
yep, yep,
It
yep,
really
yep.
is. But, look at this one. Oh. Okay, you have to explain to all
Well,
of
the
us.
sun is behind the clouds, and the colors, and it just looked really eerie. And at first, I thought, okay, there's a gorilla.
It's very obviously a gorilla, isn't it?
Right, and I don't know what he's doing, but the colors and the clouds and the wall of it, it was just a really cool shot.
Can you see the gorilla head there? Guys, I hope you can.
I hope you get.
I hope you can, because it's really pretty cool. And that looks like it's some big gorilla. I love it. I see
But I see so many faces and so many different clouds that, I mean, the amount of pictures of faces and clouds.
Yeah, wow. See, I see a lot of angels in the clouds, and so does my friend Tommy. We do another show in this studio here, Spiritual Journey TV. And we've been friends for a long time. And he has some amazing shots of different things.
So cool.
I mean, actually, the Mother Mary comes out when he goes. He has a sacred beach he goes to. And when he goes, Mother Mary always comes out and you see her. You know what I mean? In the sky,
Wow.
you take shots. It's like
Beautiful.
unbelievable. But I see a lot of angels in the clouds. A lot of angels. And so if you, and last month's show with Valerie Hack, she had a lot of cloud pictures and a lot of them, and other pictures too. And that is her thing, like what images she sees, the messages that she gets.
Right.
So when you see these, because you're an artist, do you get a sensation, a feeling? Do you feel you're getting a message? What's going on?
It depends. I mean, I've seen a face of my dad in the clouds.
Oh, isn't that beautiful?
And I got a picture of it.
Do
Because
you, honey?
it's on my laptop.
Oh.
But it looks just like my dad.
Oh.
And he's just, smiling down.
Yeah. And how does that make you feel?
Happy.
I believe
Because he's smiling.
I believe that our loved ones give us messages,
Yeah.
like that. Numbers or songs, or especially the clouds. I mean, my goodness, I'm always getting messages in the clouds from the angels, a lot of that.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah,
So
they're absolutely beautiful. But because, like I was saying, your photography is different than other people's photography. And then another person would be different than that other person.
Yeah, because
And
everybody's got a different view of what they're seeing.
Exactly.
And
they
how they're
have
catching it.
a different energy
Right.
that they
It's
are
incredible.
expelling. I do believe this, okay? The invisible energy that's expelled from the photographer. And it creates a difference in the light.
Yep.
Because energy and light is energy, So I don't know. Do you agree with me about that?
I do, because it's incredible.
I feel two photographers could take the same picture and it's going to come out entirely different.
It's incredible.
Wow.
Incredible.
Wow.
And
Well-
to do it is just.
And I got to tell you something, Betty Ann. I want to share with the audience. Betty Ann has so many more pictures. So
Too many.
we weren't able to
Too
show
many.
them all, in this particular episode. But I'm sure you'll come back for a visit, won't you?
Anytime you want me, darling.
Of course. Do you have any more that you wanted to show us, Brian, before we have to wrap up? Oh, yeah.
Okay,
You
there's
wanna
a
explain it?
plane and a meteor.
Okay, where's the plane and where's the meteor?
Okay, the plane is the one coming straight down, and if you look real close, you can see that it's blinking lights. The thing next to it coming in on an angle is the meteor, and it does not blink. There is nothing blinking on that at all, if you
Yeah.
get close up on it.
Yeah, look at that.
And to,
Amazing.
a long exposure to catch meteors is, I'm just a kid in a candy store. Because you don't know when you're going to get it until you look
don't
at the
have-
picture.
You don't have words to express what you feel when you
I
see
don't.
these things,
I
do
don't.
you?
I'm baffled.
I see
Other
that.
than cool beans.
Yeah, I know. Oh, cute.
Cool beans.
Cute. Okay. And is that it, Brian? Do you have anything else that Betty Ann had shared with you to show? Oh, yeah.
I love that.
I
love that.
adore it.
That's-
It's beautiful. Tell us about it.
It had just left NAFAC, and it was heading out to the ocean. And the moon just happened to be in the right spot for that plane. And to see its, what do they call it, the vapor trail or contrail?
Yes.
And you can see it into the darkness when,
Yes.
wow.
I see that. Now, Betty Ann, can you
I
imagine?
just love catching things like this.
And the snowflakes.
Yes.
My goodness.
But
and
we haven't
you know-
had snow, not good snow, like old snow.
Oh, I
you know.
remember the old snow.
I mean, right, and now it's, this past winter, all it was ice balls.
Yeah, there wasn't
There
much
wasn't
going. Oh, you
flakes.
must have been disappointed. You didn't
had
have
no
your
idea.
You have your little snowflake
All three
catchers
places,
ready.
and there's just ice bouncing off.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh.
Just ice bouncing.
We'll have to have a talk with the angels that handle the snow, okay, to send you some beautiful snowflakes.
I'm game.
You know, do you remember being a kid and doing the angels in
Absolutely.
the snow? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes,
me
we
too.
did.
Me too, me too, me too. But when you were a little girl, did you even recognize then about the snowflakes looking different?
Yes, somewhat, because we played with magnifying glasses and went out and looked at them.
That's right.
And, I mean, back then you didn't have the cameras that you can zoom in the way you can nowadays.
Right.
I mean, back then I was a kid and I had a magnifying glass.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
What can I see?
Absolutely. Oh, and when you would look at the ants with the magnifying.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. So anyway, is there anything you'd like to add before we wind up?
I don't know. I don't think so. Whatever you...
Well, if you'd like any further information about what Betty Ann does, or about the show, or any of that, any questions about the show, any questions for Betty Ann, just feel free to email at the email is at the end of the show. You can send me an email. I'll make sure that I forward it over to Betty Ann. And please watch our show on Spectrum 75 and Fios 39 on Sunday evenings at 7:30 p.m. Plus, it's shown throughout the month, and also on YouTube. Please like and share and subscribe. Okay, you can always see all the shows, all the Astrology, Angels, and More shows on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Dolly.
So much.
Thank you.
Oh, it was great seeing you, Betty Ann, and I love what you shared. It was beautiful.
Anytime.
And wonderful for right before Easter. And I want to wish you all a very happy, blessed Easter and Passover.
Yeah,
and God bless you all. And watch for that pink moon that's coming up.
It's coming.
And it sure is. And I'm sure Betty Ann will be out there.
I'll be out there.
Snapping pictures.
And
God bless you all.
I dress for the winter.
Many, many bright blessings.
Beautiful stuff.
Many bright blessings to you. God bless you. God bless you. Stay well.